Right, good morning guys, happy Saturday. Hope you've all had a nice lay in this morning, and I thought I got a bit of time this morning, so I thought I'd do a breakdown running into next week, because we are approaching the last week of January, believe it or not. It's gone really quick. We're going to start off here with a monthly, okay? Now, monthly support or monthly resistance, okay, has been broken and we have closed above. However, there's still a week left, so it remains to be seen where price will actually close at the end of next week. There's a very high chance that we could close below this level, which is a weekly and a monthly level. However, it could also act as support, okay, and it could bounce off it and then blast through all-time highs. It didn't quite make it, obviously, last week, but if you look at this area here, this is potentially, it could end up being a monthly accumulation, right? So last week we had a very bullish candle. It's the most bullish candle that we've had all year, okay? So if you look at the candle anatomy on each candle moving up, you'll notice that each week we pull back before moving forward, pull back before moving forward, pull back before moving forward. And that, for me, is basically what candlestick anatomy is all about on a weekly time frame, daily time frame, 1 hour time frame, 30-minute time frame. Everything that I do is based on this, okay? So there's no reason why gold can't pull down to these levels here, right? We could pull down as deep as the daily weekly level before potentially taking all-time highs, okay? This daily imbalance here is now filled, okay, and we have left behind two areas, one at the 50%, 50-60% mark, and one here at the 78.6 mark, okay? Now, based on, again, candlestick anatomy, when price pulls back, it will usually move, obviously, past the 100% mark, and then to 27 to 50% more than what it's moved in the first place, all right? So we can look at the daily time frame here, and we have just about closed above this daily fair value gap, all right? There's actually no wick on the daily from last week, last Friday, okay? So again, based on candlestick anatomy, which, you know, is something that I truly believe in, we could potentially come down to this weekly, monthly level before more buys are initiated and we go and break the all-time highs. There's also a very high chance we could just close around this weekly, monthly level, maybe just above it. We could even close back inside, which for me would probably suggest that next month, if again we look at the monthly, okay, now if we're going to close underneath this level, right, well, we've actually then got potential shorts for the short term before maybe February would go and break the all-time highs. Now, if we look at the monthly retracement, we could even early next month pull all the way back down to 26.85, 26.90, possibly even all the way down here to 26.60, maybe 26.58, what's marked here. Right, now the daily levels are the most significant trading levels that we use for trading gold. All right, you'll notice, especially on the 1 hour, okay, that every single time price comes back down to a daily level once it's been broken, it will pretty much bounce off it. Now, that doesn't mean we have to use limit orders, okay? We can use our own entry techniques in order to get into the market at these levels. So what I'm potentially looking at for next week, Mondays can be a bit dicey. I'm not a seller at the minute. Potentially there would be some shorts here, because if we look at this area here, we've got this daily fair value gap now, right, which is broken above. So it could be that gold just chops around here for a little bit. Maybe it will spike down back down to this daily level, which hasn't been retested since it's broken. So we come up here, dip back down, broke above it. It hasn't been retested. So that's something that could happen, and that could also line up with this 1 hour imbalance just down here. Should it break this daily level, in between here, as you can see, very, very choppy. So I wouldn't get involved with anything here. I certainly wouldn't get involved with shorts. I'd be more inclined to look for longs from 27.55 area. Failing that, if we were to break down, accumulate here, there could potentially be some shorts right down to these levels. But again, if you look to the left, there's going to be areas which are, you know, let's use this as an example, right? Price could actually come down to this fair value gap, right? It could bounce off here, back up to the weekly, and then all the way down to the daily weekly level, which is down here before moving up. So there's food for thought here, moving on into next week. If you want to look a little bit deeper into this gold chart, okay, had a trend line here somewhere. Have I still got that? No, not that one. This one. Yeah. All right, so we've got this trend line here also, okay. Now, should that trend line break, we've got the first tap, the second tap, the third tap, and you know I don't use trend lines, but it is very useful just for identifying, you know, what direction we're going in, you know, and when we break this daily level, we actually close in above the trend line before moving up again. You can just see it. It's called a barroom brawl. When a trend line breaks on a lower time frame, there's about 10 to 20 pips either side of it where sellers and buyers just get in a fight basically, and there has to be one winner, but getting involved sometimes around these trend lines, especially around key levels like this, can be a little bit difficult. And I'm sure there's a lot of people caught out here with the shorts because, you know, this 1 hour candle's actually broken through the daily. We've got a short-term breakout trade here, which probably would have been, how much was that? It was about 80, 90 pips. So yeah, it's a decent breakout trade there, probably more than 1 to 1. It'd probably be a potential 1 to 2, maybe 1 to 8. Anyway, regardless of that, there's a chance that this area is still going to hold. So if this area holds, we could just see a purge of this trend line. So we could do something like this, and then we may start fighting around this level. So I'm expecting a choppy start to next week before gold actually discovers which direction it wants to go in for the remainder part of the week. As you know, with candlestick anatomy and the way I look at the market and the way I identify my direction, etc., the monthly candle coming to an end. We're in the last week of January next week. There will be a wick made to the top of that monthly candle. So there's potential shorts, potential longs, but I think Monday may be a non-trading day for me. Watch price, see where it goes, and then try and identify direction moving on into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week. Nonetheless, there will be pips and there will be some nice trades. So yeah, let me know what you think about this video. If you need any help or you want to chat about it, maybe from Monday onwards, hit me up in the chat room, guys, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.